Make the mic fly.
Funny how the music runs time to perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you're up, feeling low, keep walking and we can't get fucked. Yeah, wherever you're.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Going for Broke. I'm your host, Benjamin Smith. I'm here with my co-host, Jacob Smith.
Let's go.
There you go. Dude, these episodes are coming out every single week. Granted, I have missed a week, but it's because I have no excuse.
You missed a week?
I missed
What
a
a
week,
jerk.
but that's so I can upload twice, right?
Oh, okay,
But,
gotcha.
yeah, it was
Now that I had
all.
nothing to do with the back end on a podcast, I'm like, you missed a week, you son of a
yeah,
bitch,
yeah,
what
yeah,
the heck?"
exactly.
Does
Yeah.
it take me 5 hours to edit a single episode? And I'm like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
son of a gun!
Yeah, exactly. These are all coming out on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, wherever you get. I think lately Apple we've had the most clicks and listens on Apple right now. So to all of our Apple users, thanks for
Let's
tuning in
go.
right now. Also,
Absolutely pass around that fuck. Oh, I can't pass around that like button, that subscribe button.
there it is. Yeah, you caught yourself.
Out of it, dude. Beat the crap out of that subscribe button.
Yeah,
Brutally
remember to
hold
like and
down that subscribe button and do a word I can't say yet.
Yeah, we've got our first ambassadorship/sponsorship, which is Bucked Up. Thank you guys for Bucked Up. Use our promo code NODOGS1, all one word, on Bucked Up to get 20% off on any of their products, including pre-workout, creatine, and supplements. So thank you guys for that. And welcome to This Week for the Pod.
Let's go, and we're back.
Go. So anyway, Mikkel left, so that's why I'm in an empty home with no furniture. And it's a sad place. I've kind of confined myself to living in this singular room right now. I put some newspaper down in the corner there for me to go to the bathroom. I have a stained mattress up there by the window that I sleep on. Those are tear stains, in case you're wondering. And then for cold storage, there's a snowdrift up to my window, and I stick Coors Lights inside the snowdrift, and that's my life now. So
Let's go. You're gonna have to
great.
start foraging for twigs and berries.
yeah, exactly. If I need to resort to cannibalism, I do have a couple of neighbors that I've already ranked as from tastiest to least tastiest, and it sounds kind of racy, but the little Mexican family is definitely at the top. But
Tahini,
hopefully we'll have
extra
to-
tahini.
Yeah, exactly.
Saison and tahini. You put that in the crock pot. You let that go for about 8 hours. It's just gonna
Yeah.
break apart.
Dude, put some jerk chicken seasoning on top of it too.
Ooh.
Just let it go and marinate. Oh,
Well, that's not the
delicious.
Mexican family. That's a different family. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's that. oh wait, the
that's a-
Korean family.
That's the house two doors over. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she didn't leave me, but one day she'll get to her senses and leave me. We're moving. We're in the process of moving, and our new house doesn't have internet, which really sucks. So,
Let's go. You got that Usenet out there. That dial-up.
dude, yeah. Actually,
You
our
can't use the
internet,
phone and the computer at the same time.
dude, yeah, and it makes that beeping noise. Yeah, dude, I remember Aunt Maria used to have that. Like you hear it from like 2 rooms down. When
Wait,
like
who-
I'd be trying to play like Minesweeper, and she'd be like, "Get off the computer! I need to make a call."
Who was this?
Aunt Maria, when she was
Oh, Aunt
babysitting.
Maria. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. You ever watch porn on the family computer?
No.
I never did either. It was too risky.
No.
It was
Dude, our
too-
family computer was in the living room. I
it
can't
was in
do
the
that.
living room. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said before, they didn't even know that I could get the internet on the Xbox though. And
And
the
they'll-
Wii. Let's go.
Dude, on the Wii is wild.
Let's
Watching
go.
pornography on the Wii is
It took like forever to get the little finger over to the
yeah.
each
yeah.
thing. There was no
Well,
closing it out. If someone came down, I would have to fucking I would drop the Wii, smash it or something, dude. Throw
Yeah,
it into the wall, bro. I'd have to destroy it before anybody could come down. 'Cause
Trying
there
to
was
find
no
the
closing
line up
out.
the mouse with the sensor real quick
Yeah.
so when click over to exit. You don't have enough
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, there's not enough time, dude. I would just have to destroy it, bro. I just have to destroy the way, dude. With a half semi, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. Mom confiscated those like stolen iTouches that I used to have, and one of them definitely had porn on it, but she never talked to me about that.
Let's
Like, it
go.
was- Because do you remember David used to steal like iPods all the time.
Yes, he
Right.
told me, and he got you
Yeah,
one.
so I had a bunch, but mom caught me with one once because I was grounded and she stole my phone, and I was like, "It's chill. I've got like 5 underneath my mattress."
Let's go.
And then when the one she stole, I definitely had like porn saved on it, and she like she never brought that up. She was just like, "Where'd you
He's
get
like,
this?" I was
who
like,
is Dread? She
Yeah,
said, she
yeah.
said, who is Mandingo? You're like, yeah, that's a friend. That's a friend, yeah.
It's a friend. It's a friend.
I
It's a
swear.
friend.
We went to high
Wow,
school
this
together.
this guy's really accomplished. He was an astronaut and a doctor.
This
Oh,
dude
now
has
he's a fireman. Yeah.
He's got a 90-degree bend in his wiener. What's going on there? That thing is massive.
They call him the right turn. Yeah. um, dude, yeah. Moving has been wild because also I started a brand new job all in the same week. So blow my brains out. And dude, this job is like, you know how I failed every math class I've ever been in?
Let's go.
And I'm like, I'm never gonna use this. I'm never gonna need it. Well,
Wait, how
every day
long are we in now? How long are we in? We're 5
we
minutes.
are 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
All right, I just need to know so I know when I can start letting it fly.
Oh yeah, you're good now. We're 5 minutes in.
Math is for quiz.
yeah,
If you're
I
good at
would-
math, you probably like sucking wiener. No, I'm
you
joking.
love big wiener if you love math. I do math, but I don't even like it.
Let's go.
Dude, I do. But I remember being like, I'm never gonna use this, and every single day. And now I do geometry, algebra, and trigonometry. And
Yeah,
I
screw that.
want to blow my brains out. I like called mom the other day. I was like, all those late night tutoring sessions used to drive me too. I was like, they paid off, mom. I was like,
Let's go.
it legit is like, because it's like, oh, because I'm an estimator now for like this company that builds like steel warehouses. So they'll do like barns and like like warehouse buildings or like pot farms and stuff like that. Or like sometimes there's a lot of like polygamous groups up here and they need like new hay barns built, and so they contact us to go and build like the new
Let's
F shack
go.
for the polygamous colony. Dude, it's weird. Like you'll see, like-
Biologically, her body is made for pregnancy. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. She's 14. This is the perfect time.
It's the peak window.
Yeah. Dude, you'll see him at Walmart sometimes, and I'm like, what are the pioneers doing here? And it's just, you'll see like a girl like look over at you, like pointy nose, blonde hair, and like eyes that like don't look the same, and then like her teeth are crossed, and you're like, oh, buddy. She like waves at you with her webbed hand.
Dude, that's how it is
Yeah.
when people buy dogs from the Amish in Pennsylvania. The dog's got like 3 eyeballs and like 2 left feet. Yeah, like, what the hell's going on here?
Super inbred dog, dude. And they still breed up here. They do like Bernedoodles up in this like town in the mountains called Salmon.
That's
And-
big. The golden doodles, the Burma doodles.
Yeah, but they come in with like they got 3 normal legs and 1 stumpy leg.
Yeah.
and
Like,
it
is this
doesn't know
dog on a
commands.
Xanax? What,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on with this dog?
Why is it pissing in its mouth?
Yeah. You ever seen that video of the monkey that's pissing in its own mouth?
No.
You never seen that video?
No, that's
like-
snuff film.
No, it's a monkey. He's up on his back and he's just peeing directly into his own mouth. Let's
Dude,
go.
what?
Let's go.
Dude, who was it? It was one of our aunts on Grammy's side. Used to have a poodle that would like do handstands and piss in its face. And I was like, I remember being 5, being like, dude, that's a chill dog right there. Love that guy.
dude, Grammy's one brother, Jackie, who died of like an old timey disease like tuberculosis or like something like that.
Smallpox. Yeah.
Yeah. He died when he was like, I don't know, 12 or 13. I don't know. But yeah, apparently like they would just buy him whatever he wanted. And they got him Capuchin monkey like way back in the
Hell yeah,
like
dude.
60s, 70s. He had a monkey.
Yeah. The sick kid gets whatever he wants, dude.
Dude, you know how bad they treated their dogs back then? Imagine how bad they treated that monkey. He was probably smoking cigs and shit, dude. They're probably fucking giving the monkey like tokes off the bong and shit, bro.
Yeah. It's on a leash that they bring to the grocery store with them so he can get stuff off the top shelf. And then when he grabs it, they yank real hard to get him back down. Come here, Momo.
Dude, speaking of Grammy, I've been in a slump in the dart league. I finally hit my average after 4 weeks, which is terrible. But especially since my dart league is full of drunks or whatever, and I would come and pick up the dog from Grammy because Grammy watches my dog. And after darts, I'd be all sad because I didn't hit my average. And Grammy says to me, she's like, "Did you ever try smoking weed before you shoot darts?" She's
Hell
like, "One
yeah.
time I was smoking weed and then I had to drive home on my motorcycle. And I just felt like I was one with the road." That's what she said. That's what she said.
Grammy's
I
so
was like,
cool, dude.
I was like, yeah, Grammy.
Yeah, Grammy. Dude, she used to be so cool.
She was the best, dude. Grammy definitely did cocaine. Sean asked her one time if she had ever done cocaine. She was like, yeah. She didn't even think twice about it. Yeah, I did cocaine.
All the time. What are you kidding? Yeah, if Grammy was in a biker gang, of course she did cocaine and smoked
Yeah.
weed, dude.
Yeah, she's the best, dude.
Did she ride motorcycles with Pop Pop?
I don't
Right?
know.
Or did she ride before? Because that's
I
a
have
cool
no
couple.
clue, to be honest.
The motorcycle squad. That
Yeah,
cou-
let's
if
go.
you're a couple that rides bikes together, you're gonna stay together for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, storm
yeah.
them.
So earlier we were talking about church, though. When
Oh
do
yeah.
you remember the time when I ran out of church? I don't know if you were there or not, but
You
Mom,
ripped
like-
your sleeve off?
yeah, I ripped my whole shirt off. Yeah, do you remember this or not? Do you remember this?
Dude, because I remember what happened. It was like in the middle of service, you like ran out, right? You were like, I can't do it anymore. And you ran out, and then Mom ran after you. And the only thing I remember is when like the service was over, and that one of the side lobbies, it's like you with like one sleeve on, and you're like, and you're crying. And I was like, and Mom was like, go to class, and I was like, oh okay. I was like, I missed some shit.
No, that's not what happened. I ran to Grammys. I got picked up from Grammys after church. But what happened was I revolted pretty much, and I like stood up to get out, right? And we would always sit in the back because we were trash, like in the back where
Yeah.
there was no carpet. It was like the extension of a gym where they would open
Yeah,
up
yeah,
the
yeah.
bifolds and there'd be a gym.
Right underneath the basketball nets.
Yes, and I went to run, and Mom grabbed me by the shirt, and then the entire congregation turned around and looked at me, and then I was like, ah! I was like struggling, and she had my shirt, and then I like wrestled my shirt off, and I was completely shirtless in the middle of church, and I like sprinted out there, like probably like scream crying. Bro.
Why did you run out in the first place?
I don't know, I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it.
Yeah,
dude.
were you like getting itchy? You're like, I can't.
I was like, I can't do it, dude. It was probably fast and testimony, dude.
Oh
For-
man.
For those of you who don't know, the Mormons, the first Sunday of I don't know if they still do this. I have no clue.
yeah,
and church-
yeah.
Church was longer, didn't they shorten it?
Yeah, church was 3 hours long when we were kids. It's 2 hours now, and they're already trying out to see how they can make it 1 hour.
Back, let's go to the
I know.
Catholic route.
You left at the wrong time, dude. I was about to say church getting a lot easier.
Yeah, fast and testimony. They just let anybody go up to the stand, and then they'll just be like little kids who go up for like a half an hour. They'll be like, "And Jesus, and the tooth fairy, and I love Jesus," and it
Yeah.
goes on for like half an hour, and I'm like, fucking kill me, dude. This shit is unbearable.
They
This
always
is
eat the
unbearable.
microphone too. Like the little kid will go up and he'll be like, yeah. I know that Jesus loves me.
literally every time, dude. And then they'll be
That or
like,
it's,
"That."
I hate it too because it's like it's supposed to be like bear your testimony. So like, what do you know about Christ, right? The kids is fine. Like I can let that slide. But what kills me is like the 45-year-old ladies that are like, and I sat in the soup aisle praying to figure out which soup would be best for my family for dinner. And he told me tomato, and I know that God is real. And then, but they're crying the whole time, and I'm like, get off the stage. I hate you.
dude, yeah.
That's not what this is for. It's not about how hard your life is.
The
Okay.
lady is like, I stubbed my toe, and then I asked Jesus for help to fix my toe. And it's like, your husband's cheating on you. You got worse things going on in your life.
already
You got
know,
a
yeah.
stubbed toe. What's going? He's got a porn addiction.
Dude, I was about to say that, or they say something really personal, like Gerald's been dealing with a pornography addiction lately, and it's been a tough time in my family. And I'll just like stand there looking and be like, "Are you gonna
Just
take
shit
this,
to
dude?"
yourself, dude?
Yeah, no one
Shit to
wants to
yourself.
hear this.
Did you ever hear about the family in our old church who did a podcast about the husband's porn addiction?
Yes, I know exactly. I know
let's
exactly what you're
go,
talking
let's
about.
go.
Yeah, let's go.
go. Shouts out to that guy.
Shout
It's
out,
like,
dude.
dude, you got no vices, dude. If you're cranking down, just crank down, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's fine,
It's
bro.
it's the
That's all you
unwritten
got.
rule. Yeah.
That's all you got, dude.
Yeah. Poor homie, dude. Poor homie.
He was a nice
Dude,
guy. He was always a nice guy.
Yeah, he was really nice. But
He likes big booties just like the rest of us.
he's I'm sorry, he's only human. Okay.
Yeah.
What's so wrong about that?
That's all he's got. A lot of people, you know what I mean? It's like everybody's got a vice, you know?
Dude, you would be.
Like you
It's
should get
so-
another vice, yo. You might lose some weight if you got another vice. You should start smoking cigs or something, bro.
Dude, I know,
All
dude.
you
That's
got-
the thing.
All you got is food, bro. That's all you got,
Yeah.
dude. You gotta start fucking popping pills or something, bro. Let's go,
Yeah.
dude.
It's always the because you got to get something out of your system, right? Like I curse a lot.
Everybody has a vice, dude.
Right.
I don't trust
I
anybody without a vice.
100%. Like I'll curse. I do a lot of stuff. A lot of Mormons shouldn't do as far as it goes with language or stuff I watch or listen to, and it's how you find your own comfortable thing. But those guys that are we don't do anything bad in this house. You do. You 100% do.
You're fucking hookers, bro. I'm not buying it, bro.
It's always something, or you're secretly gay. There's so many people in this town where I'm like, you're gay. Why are you
100%.
married to your wife?
100%, bro. Let me see that
Yeah,
search
yeah.
history, brother. Break
Dude,
that search
exactly.
history out, dude. I know you got some
100%.
whack shit going on in
Yeah.
there, dude.
T porn, you are gay, dude. That doesn't count, dude.
Well,
But what? Unless it's Thailand.
Whoa,
but-
those tits are as real as any. That's what I'll say right now.
You-
Yeah.
Exactly. Or but the thing is I don't care. So there's a couple people in my ward. I'm like, I know you drink. Who cares? No one cares, right? It doesn't make you a bad person, or they do, or everyone drinks coffee now, which is yeah, duh. There's my pre-workout's worse than a cup of coffee. At this point, no one cares. So it's the people that are we're perfect, right? That's the one that I'm always
I'm not buying it, though.
there's something. We're not meant to be perfect, so stop being perfect. If we were
I'm
meant to
not
be
buying
perfect, we wouldn't be down here, you know?
I always say I don't trust the people who sit the closest to the pastor or the bishop. If you're sitting
Yeah.
front row
Yeah.
every week, you got some shit on your laptop that the FBI is investigating as we speak, yo. I am
Every
not
time,
trusting
dude.
you,
Every
bro.
time.
I don't
Dude,
trust a
there-
single person who has zero vices, and I don't trust a single adult who won't admit to ever shitting their pants. If you have neither of those two things, you're fucking on the fucking FBI watch list 100%, dude. 100%, bro.
there's one guy in my ward that I'm like, you're way better than I ever will be, because he's in my ward. Who knows what his vice is, right? As far as he goes, but he's got Parkinson's, right? So he's got the Michael J. Fox thing going on.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the devil.
Dude, yeah, that's what the devil,
He's got
the devil gave
in
him
him, dude.
the devil gave him the shakes. That's why.
Let's go.
Oh, his body's fighting it, dude. If this was the 1700s, that would be a roar, a round of applause, be like, "Amen, brother. That is the devil in him." But man, this dude always, every time someone's moving out of the ward, he's always the first one there. He helps out a ton, dude. Yesterday, he was the first one to show up, and he's like, "What's up, Ben? What are we doing?" Right? And every time I feel like being lazy on a Saturday, and I feel like I don't want to help out, I usually look out my window and I see him out there, and I was like, "Shoot, this dude's got Parkinson's, and he's always the first one to show up to help out. What's my excuse?" Literally, last spring, I tore a ligament in my ankle playing tackle football for the college, and I was limping bad. And I was like, ugh, I'm a little achy today. I don't want to go help move. And I looked outside and I saw him helping. I was like, and I was like, what's my excuse? I literally don't have an excuse anymore. This dude's showing up to everything. Oh man, I gotta be better. Cause he doesn't brag. He's not in it for it, but he's like, I'm here to help whatever I can do. And I'm like, you're such a better person than I am. And it pisses me off all the time, because I'm like, I see myself and I'm like, I'm not as good as that dude, for sure. But he's also the first guy that'd be like, no, it is what it is. Who cares, you know? So anyway, shout out to that dude.
Yo, you
Not that
should
you'll
tell
ever
him to go
listen to
do Ibogaine in Mexico.
Dude, What's Ibogaine like? I know nothing about it, and then it just started popping up on podcasts.
So I listened to this dude on Rogan who used to be the governor of Texas. He's like super anti-drug, like everything
Hell
like
yeah.
that. I forget his name, but look up Ibogaine Rogan and it'll come up. And he was against the legalization of all drugs, everything like that. Then he had a family member who was I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet and we can get back to jokes. But he had a family
no,
member.
it's okay. We can make it.
Meanwhile, I ranted about the pyramids for like a half an hour last week. But so he had a family member who was a veteran and who was struggling with PTSD. So he looks up Ibogaine or whatever, sends the guy down to Mexico to do an Ibogaine retreat. And apparently it's dangerous because it can slow your heart. So you have to be like hooked up to all these machines. You got to go to a hospital and everything.
Yeah, it's got to be a pretty good phlebotomist.
But it has, yeah, I don't know.
Anesthesiologist. That's it.
All
Something that
shit.
goes in your ass. Yeah.
But apparently he sent him down there to do Ibogaine. And he came back with zero symptoms. Zero symptoms. So then,
no way.
I swear, zero symptoms. So then the Texas governor invented this like foundation or whatever where he would pay for people to go down there. And they've sent thousands of veterans down to Mexico and take this Ibogaine. And 80% of the veterans who went like had zero symptoms for the rest of their life. Completely cured for the rest of their life. They've sent thousands and thousands of veterans down to Mexico to do this. And it's not like one of those things where you do it and you're good for 6 months and then you're back to normal. 80% of them had zero symptoms for the rest of their life ever again. Had zero PTSD. Nothing. And I listened to this dude on Rogan. He was talking about how in one of those weird countries in the Netherlands or whatever where they can do any drugs or whatever, how they do they do Ibogaine over there. And this dude's wife had Parkinson's. And he explained it. I'm going to give it in like the first grade because I hear it in like the full scientific terms and I can only comprehend it in my little retard brain. So he was saying that they went to the Netherlands, one of those like Hergenderve, one of those countries.
Yeah, welcome to the clinic. And it's a horse. Yes, that's next to you in a barn. Yeah.
And he was saying that his wife had Parkinson's. They'd done all the treatments. Nothing helped. And they scanned her brain. And he said that there's like this white shit that's around your brain when you do get a brain scan. I don't know the name for it. Like I said, because I'm half a retard. But so they scanned all that shit in her brain. And then she did the Ibogaine treatment. And then all the white shit and all the jizz in her brain came back.
It's like
she had a full head of jizz now. Where when they first scanned it, she had no semen in
no
there.
Jizz. She was jizz free. But now there's jizz.
But now she got a full head of jizz, and her Parkinson's was cured. It was completely cured.
Dude, what?
But it's illegal in the United States. You know why? Let's go, RFK. Fix that shit. Fix
Come on, my boy.
Baby. Get activated, dog. Get activated.
Dude, there's so much stuff that's illegal in other countries that are like, illegal in other countries but legal in the U.S. Or it's legal in the U.S. but illegal in other countries kind of scenario. Like, it's just a matter of who's paying your local politician to like make it illegal or legal or not. You know.
That's it. Don't even get me into that. Don't even get me into who's paying the politicians because I'll tell you who's paying the politicians.
I wonder who it could be.
It's a country in the Middle East.
Underneath the Denver airport?
That has a problem with Palestine, but I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say who it is. But every single like congressman and senator has an APAC benefiter except for one. There's one guy who doesn't have it. APAC is owned by that country I was just talking about. And every single one has a beneficiary from that country who tells them, who gives them money and tells them what to do. But
a certain group of people who run the world and control the weather. We all know it.
I don't know. I won't go that far, but Kanye will go that far. I'll tell you that much.
Kanye. I just got it. We just lost your sponsor. I just saw it.
But dude, I don't want to sound anti-vax or anything like that. But dude, you know we give kids an HPV vaccine, which is a sexually transmitted disease, and we give it to fucking babies. What are we doing? These babies aren't having sex.
Yeah.
These are sex-free babies. What are we doing here? We're gonna.
It should be the stuff of like what used to plague humanity, especially kids. Oh, like measles and smallpox. Yeah, that's fine. You know,
That's all
Right,
on the board, baby.
that used to kill a ton of people all the time, and we can completely eradicate it, especially like young kids. But I don't need to give my kids STD medicine.
That's what I mean. Like, what are we doing? I love RFK. Shouts out RFK. Let's go. Get activated, baby. He's fucking 70 years old. He's benching in jeans with no shirt.
Yeah.
On. He's massive, dude. He's on all the gear, dude.
Gerald, I need you to see this. I'm about to throw up 315 on the press. And then there's an iguana in the freezer. If you could thaw that out in the crock pot, that'd be great.
Got him down. That whole bear thing, that was kind of weird. You heard about the bear that he left?
No, it was the bear. I love how he does. Like, he's got great like policies, and then he just says the most out of pocket things out of nowhere just to spice it up.
I think he was trying to get ahead of it, but apparently he like ran over a bear cub or whatever on the highway, and then.
Was this recently? Because the most famous bear in Teton National Park just died. It got hit on the highway.
No. This is years ago.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess he tried to get in front of it on a podcast where he told the story about how he ran over a bear on in New York or whatever, and then he had a meeting in Manhattan or like a couple hours later. So he like dropped the dead bear cub off in Central Park. And he left it there.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he tried to like get ahead of it or whatever. Say what you want about that guy, but listen to his Rogan. I know it's unlistenable because his voice sounds like somebody writing on a chalkboard, but it was a good Rogan.
Gerald, I'm gonna need you to grab the back paws of this cub. We need to get it out under the bridge. We're late for another Congress meeting. Come on.
I would fuck Larry David up if I seen him. That's what he's fucking saying.
If I ever see Larry David, he better watch out.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad RFK. I'll take it. Let's go.
I'll tell you, dude, I can't do good impressions, but I can do bad impressions for sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, anyway, here's my rabbi impression. No, okay, never mind. But
why are you gay?
why are you gay?
They eat
Who
the
says I
poo-poo.
am gay? And they do the anal feasting. They go up there and they eat their poo-poo.
They eat the poo-poo.
Dude, you know, he was like, this is a hell of an argument, and this is gonna. Also, you know, that's like he heard that from a friend that said it to him, and he's like, I need to tell everybody about this for
He
sure.
did one Google search and was like, all right, let's go.
Oh my goodness, they are doing anal feasting, and they are eating the poo-poo right from the anus.
Let's go.
Everyone must hear about the news for this.
Shouts out.
Dude, shout out, dude. Africans, back in like Portugal, dude. I met a couple, and they're really into that. Actually, they're like, yeah, we eat the poo poo all the time. No, actually, no. I was gonna say this one lady. When we were in Portugal, we go over to people's houses, right? And like, Portugal used to own like 7 African countries, right? And you'd be like, oh, that's awesome. They probably gave it up like 100 years ago. You know, that's when those people won their independence. The 70s, like 79 is when they were like, and it was because those countries like had machetes, and like Portugal was like mowing them down with helicopters, and the UN was like, maybe you should chill, dude. This is like everyone else is kind of like giving up their colonies. Maybe it'd be cool if you gave up their colonies. But now they have like, what was that?
No, what were you saying? Finish what you were saying.
Well, it was like Angola, Mozambique, Cabo Verde, São Tomé, São Vicente, and then like, yeah, that's the African ones that they had. But they were just like, anyway, where am I going with this? Something about, this one lady, we were teaching this African lady's house, and I was like, dude, this house, like my eyes are watering because it smells like poop so bad. And she was just like, yeah, I know. I was like, that's awesome. And we hear these dogs barking. I was like, oh, that's awesome. How many dogs do you have? And she's like, we have 4 German Shepherds. They live in the spare bedroom. And then I was like, oh,
like, let me get a peek in that bitch, yo. Let me get
dude,
a peek
and that's
in
what
there.
she's like, do you want to say hi to the puppies? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I kid you not, like the dogs. And it was like 4 rabid German Shepherds that lived in like 6 inches of poop on the ground. That just lived in there. Yeah, and she's like not even blocking her nose. She's like, that's Roscoe, and that is Tiago and Joao and Santome. And I was just like, dude, these poor dogs. I was like, they're gonna kill each other living inside here. No one pissed off all the time. But yeah. Anyway, so that
Yeah,
a little
I would
minor
go
animal
to
cruelty.
yeah, I would go to a bunch of rich people's houses in my last job when I was subcontracting, and you could tell who was rich and who was house poor because like they would have like a big ass 10-bedroom house, and you would open up one room and there'd be no furniture, like it would just
Yeah,
like be like
yeah.
entirely empty. And one time I opened up this room to paint in there, and it was just an entire room full of litter boxes for cat shit. And there was
Oh
like this
no.
cat shit all over the floor,
Yeah.
dude. It was everywhere, bro. It was
Dude,
everywhere.
I feel like that's more often than you think of like people are like legit that gross. Like
Oh, I've seen it a bunch. I've seen it a couple
just hearing
times.
stories of renters and like how gross and like bad people are, dude.
Nasty. I've like pulled an oven out to paint behind it and seen like a shit ton of dead mouse behind there. And
Yeah,
like,
dude.
but you don't know how to say anything because it's like, yo, like, obviously you have like 30 dead mice behind your oven, but like, how do you say that like and not sound disrespectful?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
yo, I pulled your oven out and there's an entire family of mice dead on the ground back there. Like,
Yeah. It looks like they had a war. There's little
Yeah,
arrows
yeah.
and spears inside of them. There's probably two tribes fighting inside your house of mice.
So you like don't even know what to say. You remember that one time when Adam was supposed to watch the dogs? And we went on vacation and we came home and there was like 3 inches of dookie in the mudroom.
Oh yeah.
I guess he like never came over. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Oh man.
Howard just like projectile dookie like all over the mudroom, dude.
Yeah. Did you remember that one time where we got a brand new basement because we went on vacation and Seth was like checking up on the house? So like we left the dog. Seth was like house sitting, and there's a big rainstorm. And Seth's like, I probably can't get to it for an extra day because like the roads are closed because of how much it was raining. And we were up in the Poconos of the lake house, and then we got a call from Seth one day, and he was like, yeah, I don't know how to put this, but power's out, and there's like maybe 6 inches of water in your basement, right? And I was like, sweet gnarly. And then it was like, because my mom and dad had like good house insurance, right? And so like we got everything in the basement like replaced and like brand new carpet. But I remember like the paintball guns were down there, but the paintball guns were on a shelf. But Dad wrote that the paintball guns were on the ground,
Oh,
that
yeah.
like where we stored them in like a bag that was sitting on the ground. And that's how we ended up with all those like really nice like Tiberius paintball guns, the one that cost like $2,000. Because he's like, yeah, this Tippett 98 custom with a barrel on it cost $1,500. That sounds about right. No, it's like I remember being like 14, being like,
Oh, so
okay,
you
I don't think
okay?
it costs. Yeah, I don't think it costs that much, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, you know that Secret Santa was Uncle Seth?
Yeah, I figured
Let's go.
after
yeah.
all that because he like when I was older, I was like, oh wait, that's when they started making plans to get their new house, and then I was like, he bought a new truck that year too. And I know that his grandfather died and left a
Yeah,
lot of
somebody
money.
croaked. Somebody croaked.
Yeah. I think he was like the favorite grandchild of one of his grandparents, and he left him a handsome
Let's
chunk.
go. Helping
So,
our poor asses out. Let's go.
dude. We all got brand new
God.
paintball guns that year. That was tight.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I
One of
forget.
these,
Oh wait,
one
what
of
did
these days we'll have a podcast where we don't talk about how poor we were growing up.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
Never. This is generational.
Let's go. I didn't even realize I was abused until one time on the podcast I said, "Yeah, my dad used to choke the shit out of me." Like I said it like casually, and then all my friends were like,
big deal.
they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Hey, yeah, we would get in fights, and he would give me the old Boris Simpson," and I had no
Yeah.
clue. I had no clue, and then I had like a That's So Raven flashback where I was like, I was abused as a child. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He choked my ass over a chicken parm sandwich.
Yeah. I remember that fight, dude. I did.
Did I ever say that on here? Did I ever say that on here?
No, you did. You've never said that on here.
One time I came home. All right, I was smoking weed outside, and then I ordered a chicken parm sandwich. Right,
Classic.
The delivery guy
That's a Jake
came.
Smith classic.
Dude, a CP Sammy, like that's my go-to.
So good,
meal.
dude. I would kill for one of those out here.
Dude, I've lived off of CP Sammys my whole life. But I like went, I paid the dude, right? And then I put the CP Sammy on the kitchen table or whatever. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go smoke a little bit so that I can eat the CP Sammy and like it.
Yeah.
And then I went outside, I smoked. I came back in. CP Sammy was gone off the table. It was. I was like, "Where's the CP Sammy? Yo, this is crazy." And then I went into our parents' bedroom, and I just seen our dad eating the CP Sammy, dude.
Oh, that was it,
Just
dude.
munching the CP Sammy, dude. I
What
heard
was he doing?
Dude, that's an outrage, bro. And then I heard the CP Sammy, and I walked in and I seen the CP Sammy, and I just heard the bell ring. It was like ding, 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 and I just went out of my You ate my chicken parm, bro. And then he gave me the good old Bart Simpson, dude. And then and I didn't even realize that was abuse until I did my own podcast. I was like, yeah,
You're like thinking back on it. You're like, yeah, everyone's dad did that. I remember once in a while, right? And then
Yeah,
I got really
my
quiet in
parents
the
were like,
room.
they're like, nah,
No.
no, that never happened. That never happened, dude. But he never punched me though, so I think that's why I didn't think it was abuse. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
He
feel
never
like a
socked
punch
me.
is like that's way more
Yeah.
personal, you know?
Yeah, he just gave me good until I would fucking. I go, go about to sleep, and then he would let me go. Thank God. Shouts out to my dad for never punching me. Shouts out.
Thanks, Dad.
Only
He
choking
did-
me.
He didn't even come close. I don't think he ever. He would pull me off of you sometimes. That was probably the most.
Shouts out to
Yeah,
you though for never punching me either, because I thought
Yeah,
about
dude,
that.
I got your back, dude. Don't
You could
worry,
have
man.
destroyed me, dude. You could have swanton bombed me, dude. Just
Dude,
slammed me down.
I could have done the
You
gorilla
never did.
punch.
You would only give me the Bart Simpson too. Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
And I would be swinging for the fences. I'd be going for the knockout, dude. I'd be going for the knockout.
Dude,
put
it
me
was.
through Remember you put me through the game room wall?
Yeah. Dude, it was always like that scene of A Mice and Men, where like he's hitting Lenny, and then Lenny just like the like it switches, and he doesn't even hit him. He just like grabs him, and they're like, "Lenny, let go of him." And I was like, it was like me trying to fight all the sensors in my head of like I shouldn't kill him right now.
Yeah, I'd be swinging. Yeah, I'd be swinging. You put me right through the drywall in the game room.
yeah.
But
I went full.
there was a head-sized dent. in the
Yeah, no,
wall.
that's what it was. I remember that one too was it was something about the Xbox time. It was like you thought like it was your time on the Xbox. I for some reason was like, no, I'm still on the Xbox right now. Whatever it was, and then you were going over to turn off the Xbox, and so I just got up from the chair and I just threw you right into the wall, right through it, dude.
Ding, dude.
I remember that one actually because I remember that being like, I was like, this shouldn't escalate to what it was. I think it was one of our last big fights that we ended up having too. But I was like, I just remember like pushing you into the wall, and I was just like, oh shit, like literally that thought in my head of like I didn't mean to do that, and then you ran up stairs because it was always like who can run to mom and dad fastest, right? And you ran up, and I was right behind you, and then we had that half door at the top of the stairs, right? And you, for some reason, you didn't run to mom and dad. You tried to like bar the half door shut, like you were pushing it shut from down below it. So I hopped over it, and then we started wrestling on the ground. And then mom and dad came in as like I'm like climbing on top of you, and then like I grabbed your head, and I was like, I don't know why, I just want to hit his head in the. And that's when dad pulled out like full dad strength mode, dude. And he flew me off you so hard. Like I knew he threw his back out from it, but like I could have touched the ceiling with how hard he got me.
Choking me. He's like, oh,
He's like, slap me in.
I was losing, yeah.
No, I remember that fight. I remember that being like, I just remember being like, how did it get here? And then I remember being like, oh yeah, the way worse than it needed to be. And then I think the last fight we ever had was you weren't coming to dinner, and then like I was probably 18. This is back when I was like home from my mission, right? And like you weren't coming to dinner for some reason, and I was trying to get you to come to dinner, and then I like started like put my butt in your face, right? And I was like, come to dinner, Jake. And then you really surprised me actually, because like I wasn't paying attention, and you hopped on top of me, and then we ended up rolling off the bed, and you were on top of me, and that was probably the only like whenever we got in a fight, that was probably the only like oh shit moment, because you were on top of me like punching me, and I was trying to work my way up from the bottom, and then like that's when mom and dad came in and like separated us. And like I was being really cocky, being like, "You're lucky I didn't get on top." In the back of my head, I was like, "Oh man, he got me! Like he got me good on that one. I was not ready."
Dude, I think about that about the time I guillotined dad. Like what he must have been thinking, like, yo, I thought I had this motherfucker, yo.
Yeah, wait a
I-
second, dude.
It's never felt so good in my life.
Yeah.
It's never felt so good, bro.
That I'm not even a dad, but that's one of my biggest fears I'll ever have in my life is one of my kids can kick my ass. I'll never not go to the gym now, dude.
You just gotta
I'll have
level
to
with
take-
him. You gotta
Yeah,
try
exactly.
and level with him, dude.
Dude, you
That's
can't
all.
have a 16-year-old that can beat you up, dude. They'll never respect you as a father.
It never happened. I never beat dad until I was grown and he was old as fuck. Thank
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
yeah, thank God.
Yeah, dude.
I
'Cause
think
he-
I
I
got
mean-
him though. I think I got him. Come at me, motherfucker. Come at me, bitch.
Dude, but it's like now it's like I can never have a disagreement with dad and go after him because like I can't be the bigger, older, heavier brother and beat dad in a fight. There's no glory in that. You took that from me. Now you set the
disagree,
bar,
I
so it'd be
disagree.
overkill if I came in, dude.
I disagree. Let's go, dude. I fucking had that
Shout out.
shit sank, bro. I had it sank. And he like hit me into the wall, bah, and then like it just sank it deeper because like he doesn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watch UFC. He doesn't watch UFC, so he didn't know. And it just like us hitting the wall was like when someone hits the cage in the UFC.
Yeah,
and then,
you're
like,
like,
stick
"Gotcha,
the
you
choke deep.
got it."
I got your ass, motherfucker. And he started punching me in the nuts as hard as he could, yo. Punching me in the dick, bro.
Ah, my dick.
Dude, and that's why I don't understand in the UFC when there's like a stoppage for someone getting hit in the nuts.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that because he was literally teeing off on my nuts as hard as he could, like teeing off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I had the choke and I was hanging on for dear life. I was like, I cannot let go of this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was hit me in the nuts, dude. And I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all. I
Yeah,
swear
your
to God.
adrenaline's going, dude.
It was going crazy.
You're probably impotent though, dude. That's it. You can't have kids anymore.
Let's go. I hope, yeah.
Well,
Shouts
I won twice that day, really.
Shouts out. Actually, I was at the laundromat recently, and there was this big, like 7'8" black guy, and he was washing his clothes in the sink, and I was thinking about maybe adopting him.
You're coming home with me now.
I think he could play left tackle at Ole Miss. I think.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You want your own? You want your own bedroom?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want your
That's all
own
he
Hummer
needs.
that we're gonna buy you? The only thing is you have to get a full ride. There's no wonder that they were like so hard on him to get his grades up because they need him to get into college.
Let's
They were,
go.
I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm watching him like, who cares if he like flunks in and out? At least he's got a good house and a good home and people that love him now, you know? Like, we can work on good grades later. Like, that's totally fine. He doesn't need to go to college as long as he gets some stability and learns some morals. But now that the story unfolds, you're like, oh, they wanted him to qualify for scholarship so his full ass could get a full ride to him and they can get rich off him. That sucks, dude. That's so dark.
Yeah, and if you look back, like, because apparently he said like everything in that movie was fake.
Yeah.
If you look back at the movie The Blind Side, it's like so racist, dude. Like they describe his home life as like if he wasn't with them, he would be hanging out with like gangbangers.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. And his
just, like,
mom's a
drug
crackhead
addict
who's
mom.
sick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's so racist, bro.
That's so bad.
There's
dude.
literally a scene in the movie where like someone points a gun and he like pushes it up and it goes
We
off.
should have listened to him when he said it wasn't true. When he was like, that never happened. We should have known something was up.
It's so racist if you go back and watch it now, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a total white savior story about like how like the white people were able to like save this guy, and he's like, dude, my childhood wasn't like that. Like I don't know what you're.
Yeah,
talking
my
about.
child was like, it wasn't bad. I don't know why you guys got to make this.
Yeah, they're like the mom was illiterate. You're like, we didn't need to know that. Like that doesn't.
Yeah,
help the
yeah,
story
yeah. Why did you have to?
yeah. Yeah,
And the
they're like, he
NCAA is
loved
the
crack.
bad guy.
Yeah, they make that into double A to be the bad guy.
you're exploiting this young man and trying to boost numbers at a university. And like, we would never do that. We own 45 Taco Bells. We are a credible family. And then it's like, that's exactly what they were doing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
This young boy that we're raising, they like let it slip like this. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But that's such a racist movie.
If you think about it, like, bro, yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, we got this retarded black kid. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah,
He doesn't even know how to play football, and we've got to teach him.
he can't even read. You're like, bro, chill.
Yeah.
Chill
Can't
with
read.
that shit, yo.
Yeah.
Chill, bro.
Yeah. Guys,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
and then it's like, but it's so funny of him being like, he doesn't understand the concept of football. He's a left tackle. Like he doesn't get that you have to stop the person in front of him. He's too dumb, right? And then
You're
and
like,
they
"Bro,
say
he's
like a
black."
secret.
Like, I think he gets it, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah,
they've dominated the NFL for years and years. Like I think he
yeah, yeah.
understands. Yeah,
But you
I
like
think
you watch the movie of them be like hut hut, and he's like doesn't
he's
know
like,
like how to move his feet or hands. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like, I don't know how this works. And they're like, that boy, that quarterback, that's RJ. Would you ever let anyone hit him? No, you got to protect him. And he's like, oh, now I get it. And all of a sudden, he's like the best ever at football. Like it didn't happen like that.
terrible, dude. Terrible. Like you tell me this dude hasn't been playing Madden his entire life. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, yeah.
What are
What's
we
that
doing?
one senator in New York's like? We got kids in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, who don't even know the word computer.
And then you see the
Yes,
TikToks.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You see the TikToks of the black kids who are like hitting the computer. They're like,
Yeah, exactly. Like caveman discovering fire. Like, what is this? Yeah.
terrible.
It's so
Terrible.
bad.
If you go back and think about it, you're like, yeah, that movie's fucked up, bro.
Dude, there's so much stuff that I'm like, wait, if you think about that, like, that's a really bad concept as far as
I love going back and watching the movies where they have white people doing like blackface, like just like not genuinely. You know what I mean?
yeah.
For no reason. Like there's
They're trying
there's
like
a Chuck
the
Norris
really
movie.
yeah, that's it. I was about to say like the old ones from like the 40s or the 50s, but they're like, we would never hire a colored folk to be in our film, so we're gonna have to get this white boy and put him in makeup.
Yeah. There's a Chuck Norris movie where there's like a hijacking on a plane, and the hijackers are like supposed to be Muslims, but they're clearly just white dudes with black face. Dude, it's so fun. You're like, bro,
Yeah.
how
Or-
is this allowed?
What's the one of like I think it's Breakfast at Tiffany's where like their landlord is supposed to be a Chinese guy, and it's this like white dude with that they put buck teeth on and they taped his eyelids
It's
like
just
to the side, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are making a little too much noise down there. Keep up the ruckus." So racist.
Bro.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. You know, the movie that killed John Wayne.
Oh, the where he played Genghis Khan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He was like, "I'm Genghis Khan, and I'm here to take over the world." You're like,
The world. I'm here to sow my seed so much that 10% of the population will be related to me.
yeah. And
Dude.
yeah, it killed the entire crew.
Yeah, because it was on like an old nuclear testing facility that they had it on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, nah, this is probably fine, right? The land was
you're
really
good.
cheap for a reason.
You're good.
Yeah,
You
you're
ever
good, bud.
Colorized videos of them. They like updated the picture or whatever to like the nuclear tests back in the day. You ever seen this?
Of like the
Great.
houses like exploding.
No, of like the troops. They would have like troops like a mile or two out.
What?
Where they would test a nuclear bomb, and then they would
Really?
like
And they'd all come back
hop up-
sunburnt?
they would hop up out of the trenches and then run towards a blast. And they have like full videos. And you're like, oh, they did
Oh,
them
man.
dirty, dude. They
Yeah,
did
and
them
then
dirty.
next thing you know, their mom gets a folded flag in the mail saying that their son died in battle for their country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shouts out to the U.S. government. Shouts out
Dude,
to
I don't-
Skigi, yo. Shouts out to Skigi.
Shout out, dude. I don't want to get too far off the topic of racism, but I felt like I needed to get this off my chest. As far as like, I love everyone equally, right? Except for one group of people, and I'll go to the grave for this, but it's gypsies, dude.
I think
It's-
everybody hates him. I think you're in the clear on that one, dude.
okay.
I
That's good. I don't want to
never
get
heard a
canceled
good
so
thing
early
about
on, but I hate gypsies.
oh God, yeah, that's a good sound. Tyson Fury is gonna come at your ass.
Yeah, I know he's gonna kill the Gypsy King's gonna kill me, dude. The gypsy. It's honestly it's like the gypsies in Portugal were like buck wild, and they stole a bunch of shit from me, and I'll never forgive them. And they would resell it at their gypsy markets. All the Book of Mormons that I gave them my first year because I didn't know any better, or all the cell phones that got stolen. Like legit, there's this like I knew they were gonna steal my cell phone. There was all these gypsy kids that were like, "We can't find our parents. Can we see your phone?" And like my companion was new, and he was like, yo, like, give him our phone so he can call his parents, right? And they can come pick him up. And I was like, I'm not doing it. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, watch this. I
Like,
was
I'm
like,
from Philly, bitch. I know
I was
what's
like, you
going
gonna
on.
play me
Yo.
like that? I know what this is. And so like I like grab my phone out to hand it to him, but I had my kung fu grip on it, right? And as soon as I do it, like the kid tried to like swipe and take off running, right? And I did like a psych, and so he kind of did like a 180, and I just kicked him in his butt as hard as I could. Right after that, he was like, ah, and he like limped away with all of his friends, and they were like cursing at us. But I was like, I think I was born yesterday. I'm not some naive Mormon dude. You can't come over here and try to steal my cell phone. You guys already stole my free books of Mormons. Or like that town was called um Setúbal, right? And it was a cool town. There were a lot of prostitutes there because there was a casino on this really fancy beach that you could take across the
Go
ferry. So
Toots.
all the gypsy women would be like prostitutes there. And then on the other side was a paper factory. So the whole town. I don't know if you've ever smelled a paper factory, but like the whole town smells like shit. And I forgot what that smell was like until my first internship in Augusta when I was like, I was like slight shit in the air, and then I would drive past the paper factory. I was like, ooh, I remember that because they smell super bad. And also after JFK got his head blown off, that's where Jackie Kennedy was like, I'm gonna go to this little mansion in this town and like chill because I know the owners. And we broke into that mansion once, and I did a bunch of graffiti on the side of that wall, and because the whole place was already covered in graffiti, and there were paint cans lying around. I was like, "When in Rome," you know. But
I'm here.
anyway, we were chilling at the church, and we did emails once a month, right? And there was all these gypsy kids that play soccer right next to the church. And my companion, I don't know where he was, but he like came back to the computer and was like, "Yo, where were you?" And he was like, he's like, "The gypsy kids were knocking on the door. They want to come use the water fountain." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, the gypsy kids. I just let them in so they could use the water fountain." And I was like, "Oh no!" And as soon as I said that, I just heard like glass breaking, and like every church has like a kitchen, and I ran down to the kitchen, and like they're grabbing all the plates and all the glasses, and they're throwing them against the wall to like break them, and then they're like grabbing all like the markers, and there one kid like had, and it was like maybe like 30 seconds they were left alone. One kid had already ran down the hallway with the markers like up against the wall to make like a red line all the way across the wall. And then two of the kids had opened the side door, and they had unplugged the refrigerator, and they were trying to like walk the refrigerator out of the back door when I caught them. And I was like, no. And that's how I grabbed him. I started throwing these kids out, right? And he was like, I don't know what I did. I was like, they're gypsies. I was like, this is what they do. And it's just like, it's me grabbing these kids just out and like kicking them as like they walk out the door. But anyway, yes, that's the Portuguese gypsies. I do not vibe with them, dude. Plus, they get married at like 13 or 14.
Let's go. If their
soon as
age
you
is
have
on
your
the
period,
clock.
get you a husband, dude, and then you get money based on how many kids that you have. So they'll pop out like 6 kids, and so
Sounds
the
like
husband doesn't
America.
need to work, dude. And then they'll be grandparents by the time they're like 30, because then their daughter will have like grandkids when she's like 14
Which
or
race
15.
are you talking about? You're talking about the gypsies now?
The gypsies in
No,
Portugal,
I'm
dude.
joking.
Yeah. It's all gonna come back to me, but yeah. Anyway, dude, we got beef back there. I need to settle it. But
I was talking about Michael Bisping's podcast earlier. And there was a story about how I forget what country he was in, but I think it was
Wakanda.
France. I think it was France.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it was Wakanda,
Yeah.
but I think it was France. But his wife got her purse stolen, right? And
Classic
then
gypsyisms.
yeah, and then he chased him down.
Dude,
in
that is a
Paris.
scary dude to have
Which
chase
is
you, dude.
hilarious to think like
Yeah.
that's the guy you got chasing you down is Michael
Yeah,
Bisping.
yeah.
The guy who beat GSP for a title shot. You know what I mean? Like you're like, bro, that's
Yeah,
not
the guy that only had one eyeball when he did it too.
Yeah. And then he was talking about on his podcast about how he made the guy bend over so that he could kick him in the ass. He literally like, you know how demoralizing that is as a grown man to have another grown man
Yeah.
make you bend over so that you can.
That's
kick
like
him in the
prison
fucking
rules.
ass. Yeah, that's like terrible, dude. That's the end of the game.
That's
But
like
you ever heard
bullies
about
in
the
prison
baby
make you
thing?
do. What was that?
Baby thing with the gypsies,
Baby thing?
where they'll like have a baby and they'll like toss you the baby, and then
no,
like,
and
you'll
it's your
catch
baby
it.
now?
No, you'll catch it, and then while you're catching it, they like run your pockets.
Yeah. I've heard of that before.
Yeah,
But
and he was
that's
saying that
never
that
happened
happened to
me.
him. He was saying that it happened to him on his podcast
Yeah.
that he was walking down the street and a gypsy lady like tossed him a baby and he
Because you're not gonna drop a baby,
right
right?
and
So
he
they're like,
and he
oh, now
caught
we
it.
can check your pockets. Yeah.
And that was a stereotype, but that it actually happened to him, and he caught the baby, and then by the time he caught the baby, they were already like reaching in his pockets to like steal his wallet and everything.
Yeah. Dude, I remember one time, I, well, yeah, pretty much that cell phone was like the direct steal that they tried to do, but like, man, they just do some wild stuff. So like, there's one time this lady was begging on the street, and I was like, no, like I'm okay.
If you're from Philly, like you just know, like if
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
says
yeah,
they
but-
need directions and they don't know where to go, can they borrow your phone? You're like, nah, bitch, go
Yeah.
do heroin. Like I got no
Yeah,
time
exactly.
for this shit. Like you know
Or if
what's
there's-
up.
If it's 3 dudes that are like, yo, can I see your cell phone real quick? I need to call somebody. You're not seeing my cell phone, dude.
I'm out,
But
dude.
it-
Like I
It
went to
was
the
funny 'cause-
ATM once in North Philly. I
yeah,
hit the
yeah.
ATM and I was like door dashing down there when I was in between jobs. And there was like a bunch of guys out front. This was during COVID. And literally like I went out front once I hit the ATM, they see me hit the ATM. And they were like, yo, where are you from? That was the first question. Where are you from? Immediately I heard where are you from? I
Gone,
ran
dude.
so fast.
Gone, dude.
I didn't even get to the next question, dude. I was out,
Yeah.
bro. I was
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
The second I heard
Gone.
where you from, I was like, because they want to know, like, if you're not from around there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
second I
Dude,
heard that, I was like, I'm going, yo. I turned
Yeah,
into
yeah,
Usain
yeah.
Bolt, yo.
Dude, it
I'll
was
take
like-
my pride with me, dude. I don't give a shit, dude. I'll run like a man, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd rather be alive and running, right? Than
Dude, I'm out, bro. I'm out. I'm peeling out scared. I'm
Yeah.
fucking gone, bro.
I'm not gonna be like bleeding on the sidewalk, being like, "I'm really glad I asked that question. I answered their question for them." I'd hate to be rude.
It's just like certain cultures that you come from. Like we were down in Wildwood once because we're absolute garbage, so we like to go to Wildwood. And I came out of my hotel room at the same time that this guy across the hall from me was coming out of his hotel room. And he was like, "Hey, how's it going? Good morning."
Nope.
And I thought about like just beating the shit out of this guy right off the bat. The second he said good
Just
morning.
on guard. You're like, you're not gonna be nice for no reason. There's
Yeah,
something.
and then
in
he
there.
was like, "I'm from
not sucking your
Washington."
dick.
Yeah, exactly. And then he was like, "I'm from Washington State," and we went to Atlantic City because we wanted to see the Jersey Shore, and it was a total shithole. So we came here, and it's way nicer here. And the second I heard that, I was like, all right. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he's
yeah,
from
yeah.
Washington. Like, he's not from the East Coast. He doesn't understand how
He
it is.
doesn't know.
But
Yeah,
East
he doesn't
Coasters,
get
you
it.
say, "Hey, good morning." I'm like, I'm fucking throwing fist, dude.
It's not. Yeah.
Yo.
Did it? This one time, Tommy Rader and I were like with some friends that were like girls over in like where were we? It was what I can't remember what part of Philadelphia it was, but like literally like there were 3 dudes coming down the street, and like from across the block they were like, "Hey man, I like your girl," and I was just like, "Nope, we're out." Like I'm not
Let's
even
run,
like I'm not.
let's
Even,
run.
I literally looked at Tommy and I was like, "I'm not doing this," and he's like, "Okay, cool," and I was like, "Let's go, guys," and we all just like off jogging.
We're
There's
out there.
certain level of street smarts you got to have, like anywhere, dude.
Last time I was in Philly, like when they lost the Super Bowl, I've been to not the last time, but the last time I was there when they lost the Super Bowl. Like we were walking home from the bar. First off, like the second the game was over, the bartender was like, "All right, bar is closed. Everyone get the fuck out of the bar." Like the second that they knew that the bar
Wow.
or that the game was done, they were like, "Get
Oh,
the
yeah,
fuck
yeah, yeah.
out of here, dude."
Yeah,
And like we were walking home, and there was like 10 black dudes coming out of this one crib, and they were all like pulling ski masks on, like loading up AR-15s, dude, like loading up AR-15s, and I was like, "Bro, we're about to get fucking murdered." And then
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, it's my one shot here, dude." And I was like, "Go Birds!" And they were all like, "Go Birds, go Birds!" And I was like, "All right." And then the second we got past-
cool.
I'm gone, bro. I'm gone, dude. I'm out. But I was there this time when they won, though.
Yeah, how was that? That was what I was gonna ask you. Like,
Dude, it was
I'm
sick.
looking at my podcast topics, and I was like, oh, I almost forgot to ask, because right next to the Richard Gere had a gerbil up his ass. I was like, talk to Jake about how the Super Bowl party went.
Oh.
So,
Yeah. So we were at my boy's house in Northern Liberties, which is like a nice part of Philly. Actually, it's like real expensive, like up type part of Philly. It's one of the only safe neighborhoods, which is crazy
he's a
because it's
dealer.
no, not anymore. He was at one point. One of them
Okay,
was at
good,
one
good.
point. Yeah,
Scared straight.
Yeah, no, he's good now. He used to sell fucking like 50 to 100 pounds at a time. Shouts out.
Dude,
to
how
that
did
guy.
I immediately? I already knew. As soon as,
I saw like trash bags of weed over each arm, but no,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got a clean
as soon as
job
he's
now.
in a nice part of Philly, I'm like, oh, he was your dealer friend.
Yeah, but he doesn't sell weed anymore. But yeah, you're 100% right. And oh wait, what was I talking about? Oh, okay, yeah. So right at the fourth quarter, we knew that like the Eagles were gonna win, and we took a Uber to the Center City because me and Mayor had a hotel at Center City, like 4 or 5 blocks from Center City.
Yeah.
So we took a hotel from Northern Liberties, which is like a half an hour from Center City to Center City, and the guy could only get us so close. He was like, "I cannot go any closer. Like the
He's
roads
scared,
are closed."
dude. That's
like,
why he
yeah.
doesn't want to die.
And all the roads were like blocked off, and then like we got out and ran to the city hall or whatever. It was crazy, dude. Like they had like cops outside of the barriers. Like you couldn't leave. You couldn't go to the sidewalks because the sidewalks were all blocked off with barricades. And there
So
was
you
like
had to stay on the street if you were gonna do
you had
it,
to
right?
stay in the street, dude. Like
It's
and there
kind of
was-
cool though. That
It
they were
was
like,
sick.
you can do it if you stay right here.
The cops didn't give a fuck. I was smoking a joint right in front of the cops. Like they
Yeah.
didn't give a fuck. Which normally they don't in Philly anyway, but this was like special occasion. There was dudes with mortars, and you know what mortars are, like the big fireworks that go
Yeah, that shot
and
off.
they were
yeah.
lighting them off themselves. They were lighting them off themselves
No
in
way.
the middle of the street, like 10 feet from us. And I was like, yo, like we got to get like one group of people, like one row of people away from the mortars. Like, so if this shit tips
That's
over,
yeah,
hits the
it's a
front
shield.
yeah, and,
yeah.
and it did. And it
Yeah.
did 100%. One of them tipped over and hit the group in front of us and fucking exploded. It was like, ah! And then
Yeah.
we were safe because we were behind that first wall of people.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. Like our hotel, like I said, was like 4 or 5 blocks away from City Hall, and
Yeah.
literally from the entire walk from the hotel or from the City Hall to our hotel, it was shoulder to shoulder for the entire walk.
Dang.
Like
dude.
it was literally shoulder to shoulder, like people everywhere. It was crazy.
Did you see anything like wild?
We didn't see anything wild. We missed the poles coming down and everything.
Oh,
We seen the
man.
people standing on the cop cars and standing on like the garbage trucks and everything. Like
Yeah.
there
the
was
normal
nothing they could
stuff.
do. Like the garbage truck driver was just chilling in his truck. Like,
Yeah,
like there's
yeah.
nothing he could do. There was like 30 people on the roof of his car. Like
Which
he
is
was just-
ridiculous that they made him go out at that night. Like you
I
gotta
would've
like,
been yo, get the
you
fuck
gotta
out of
know.
here. I'm not
Yeah.
going out during this shit, yeah. But yeah, no, it was a great time. Go Birds. Shouts out. I'm not even an
Go
Eagles
Birds.
fan, but it was nice that they won. Shouts out.
dude, it was. We were here in Idaho, out, dude. Like we were screaming at the television the entire time.
It was,
It was-
insane, dude.
It was. We shouldn't have won as. I mean, we should have won as much as we did, but I wasn't expecting us to win.
Smoked
Like
them, dude.
we did,
Smoked
dude.
them.
Absolutely destroy him. So that's why I was like, man, I wish I was in this. I guarantee it's insane.
That's why I was like, last time, like the first time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, there was like my friends were posting videos or whatever. There was like people just pulling like full blown street signs out of the ground. Like there was like 100
Yeah,
people
yeah.
rocking it back and forth. There was like a video that my one friend posted of some guy eating horse manure. Like it was crazy. There was a video of this dude climbed the building and like he jumped off into the crowd like probably like 30 feet, dude.
And nobody
It-
caught him.
And nobody caught him, dude. He was out cold. And then like the next video was like the guy up and he was like ah, and then everyone's
Two,
like ah,
two broken arms. Just like,
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, I gotta be there this time. I cannot miss it. I gotta fucking see
Yeah.
that in my lifetime, dude. It was
Dude,
crazy,
Mikkel and
though.
I we were like, dude, like we were watching so many videos of like everyone like freaking out over it that like next year or like whenever if they even get close to like winning the Super Bowl, we're gonna go to Philly for
You
it.
got
dude.
it, dude. You got it.
We,
I'll be
dude, I
right
want to
there
go
with
out there so bad, dude.
you. Dude, the second they won that playoff game to get him in the Super Bowl, like literally that night, I was like, I'm booking my hotel, dude. I'm getting that shit right quick.
Dude, I remember you saying that, and I was like, that's such a good idea.
Shouts out
Oh.
Hotwire, yo. Shouts out Hotwire.
Shouts out,
HOTWIRE. Give me a sponsor, bitch.
please. Yeah, we appreciate our one sponsor, but we need more, dude. The sponsorship was actually so easy to get.
Shouts out.
I messaged them and I said, "Hey, I get what was it? In 90 days, I got 100 million views and I can bench press 315. What's it gonna take to get a sponsorship?" That was like my DM to them, and they were like, oh, please fill out this form for us and we'll be in touch. And like the next day, they're like, here's your promo code. And I was like, hell yeah.
Let's go, dude. Let's
Yeah.
go.
20% off, no dogs want at buckedup.com. Boom.
Bam, let's go.
Right, dude.
But yeah, you were talking about bench pressing 315. So like,
Yeah.
I don't ever remember my dreams. Do you remember your dreams?
Yeah, I do.
Like most of
Yes.
them?
Well, there's some that'll last like a day. And then there's some dreams that I'm like, I can remember from like childhood that like I had. But like, yeah, I mean, past 24 hours, I don't really, you know?
Yeah, maybe it's a family thing. They say if you smoke weed, that you don't remember your dreams as well or whatever.
Yeah, I think that would correlate with you.
Yeah, I don't know, but I never remember any of my dreams. But when I do, they're 100% night terrors. They're not even dreams. I won't even clarify them as nightmares.
Do you,
Because
do you
I
have
already
like,
when I sleep, I flail like crazy. Like dude,
Yeah.
I go crazy. Like I'll elbow Mary and all that shit.
yeah.
And I
Do
had
you
to do a
twitch a lot?
sleep test. No, like I twitch like crazy. I twitch like I'm
Yeah.
being sexually assaulted, dude.
Yeah.
It's
I do this.
crazy, like-
Mikkel says this, I do the same thing, and she's like, I hate it. I don't like it when you're like next to me in bed because you just like move the entire time, and like I do like a jump twitch the whole time.
I shake like this, like I'm fighting somebody off of me or something. But
Yeah.
dude, try sleeping on your stomach because it's really helped me. Because I think like when you on your back, if you choke on your tongue, it like starts the flailing.
You're
when I
just
start
killing
playing.
yourself. Like
And I've
that's
had
your
to do-
body trying to get your tongue out of your throat. That's why.
And I did a sleep study before where I went to the hospital and they hooked me up with like these cords all over my head, all
Yeah,
over
yeah.
my heart, all over my arms and legs, everything, all over my body.
Well, Mr. Smith, the results are in, and you're gay.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I said, no.
Dude, you're 100% gay.
That actually brings me to the point I was about to make.
Stupid.
Why
Why'd that get me?
But I took the sleep test or whatever, and they told me I had to come back for another one. And the
Yeah.
other one, they like give you sleeping meds, and then they wake you up during the day, like every 4 hours, and they put you back to sleep, wake you up, put you back to sleep, wake you up, put you back to sleep, or whatever. I never went
Yeah.
in for that because I was like, fuck
How
that.
do they put
Like,
you
I'm
back
not
to
gonna-
sleep, by the way?
I think they give you meds or whatever.
Just imagine
Yeah.
it's like an intern with a 2x4. And then they're like, oh, you didn't hit him hard enough. He's still awake.
Well, that brings
Gotta
me
do another one.
to my dream because I rarely remember my dreams, like very rarely. And I had a dream last week that our younger brother Josh just brutally sexually took me from behind, and I was I was completely defenseless, dude. I was completely defenseless, and he was holding me down, dude. There's nothing I could do. Bro. There's nothing I could do. Dude. I swear to God, bro. I was trying my hardest to get out of it, dude, and I couldn't, bro.
It's funny because the way he's built now, he definitely could if he wanted to.
I wonder if that had something to do with it because I was thinking about it. Like, I woke up the next morning, like, maybe I'm gay, bro. Like, what was that dream about, bro?
This is a quiet car ride, like up to the job site with you two. He's
I
like,
haven't
"Hey,
told
you're
him about this yet, but dude, it was brutal and
not gonna,
aggressive.
I know he doesn't listen to this. He's not gonna find out.
There was nothing I could do, dude. I woke up and I was like, Chat GPT and that shit. Like, what does this mean, dude? Like, explain this to me.
Dude, to describe Josh to is like a kid's like 6'2" maybe. He's like an inch shorter than me, but he's really into like weightlifting and building mass. So he's probably what 240, 250 now of big bulk mass on purpose. Like he's like, I want to get this big, and he's like work towards it. And Jake, you're definitely the smallest brother out of like the three of us right now.
It was brutal, bro. It was brutal.
Getting emasculated by a younger brother too. That'd be worse if it's a younger brother. That's so bad. Dude.
There was nothing I could do, bro. I was waking up, like googling shit, like, bro, how do I explain this? Like, am I a gay man? Like, what's going on here, dude?
All right, since we're
He
on the
was really
topic-
giving it to me, dude. He was giving it to me. Shouts out to Josh for giving it to me in my dream.
Since we're on the topic, I had this one dream. Fudge, dude. I had this one dream once. I don't remember the whole dream, but I remember like like how it. I just remember the very ending of the dream. Right, it was pitch black, and all of a sudden, it was almost like a PowerPoint presentation where it's like pitch black, and then like someone hit the next slide, and it was Aaron Rodgers in his Green Bay uniform doing the Heisman pose, right? And I remember in my dream like screaming like Aaron Rodgers, and I woke up and I looked down and I jizzed my pants. And my roommate next to me was like already awake. He's like, dude, you've been saying Aaron Rodgers for the last 10 minutes in your dream. And I didn't tell him that I jizzed my pants. And then like an hour later, after I took a shower, we were eating breakfast, I was like, yo, I had a wet dream last night, and Aaron Rodgers. It's like the moment he showed up in my dreams is when I busted it. I was like, do you think that means anything?
You gotta like, ChatGPT that shit.
Yeah, I know. It was before ChatGPT. I should have done it, but yeah, dude, that's when I busted in my dream. Is when I thought just stirring it.
That's crazy, bro. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers made you pause. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Dude, I know. Shout out, dude. That was like, it actually was like before I was like, because I'd watched football, but I like went on kind of a hiatus forever, and the last like 3 years we've been really into it, right? But that was like before I got back into football, so I wasn't exactly sure who Aaron Rodgers was. So I actually had to go and Google who Aaron Rodgers was and like find his wiki page to figure out who I had just like ejaculated to.
Let's go.
So, but yeah. Anyway, I think Aaron Rodgers would like that story.
After that dream of Josh, yeah, thank God. Yeah. I was flaccid as a motherfucker. Oh God, yeah. Oh, God,
Yo, that'd be real awkward if you woke up the way I woke up. We'd be having a lot of therapy right now. If that.
Yeah,
like,
I told Mary about
somebody.
it. And Mary was like, "What the fuck, dude? Why are you telling me this?"
Yeah, it's just like you could have kept that to yourself. You don't have to tell me everything.
Dude, brings me up to another dream, dude. Another dream I had like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I came home to my apartment, which wasn't my apartment in the dream. It was a random apartment, yeah. And Mary was making out with Kanye West, dude. And she was loving it. She was loving it. I was like, "You fucking whore! You fucking whore! You making out with Kanye West, you bitch!" I was so pissed.
Dude, he just broke up with his girl, dude. It could have happened.
Dude, I was so pissed. I was like, "Why, Kanye? Why?
Why?
No.
You made graduation. You can't do this.
Can't
You're supposed to be. I love graduation. I can't."
Yeah,
Welcome to
Mary,
the
that
good
fucking whore
life.
was loving it, dude. She was loving it. That little fucking whore. How dare you do that to me? Fucking make out. I woke her up in the morning. I was like, "You bitch! You made out with Kanye West, you motherfucker!" How dare you?
I can't believe it. I get it. He did Sunday sermon, but
After
for
all
real,
this
come
shit
on.
he's done, dude, you better get us some money out of that shit, motherfucker.
dude, I know. I told Michaela, you're allowed to have an affair with any person as long as you get some money out of it.
Let's go, dude. You know who
Totally.
my celebrity crush is? My hall pass?
The Betty White.
No, it's Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank.
Barb.
Let's go, Barb. I'm taking you down, Barb.
Dude, the silver fox. You're breaking a hip during it. That's
I said,
happening.
just wait 5 or 6 years and we'll be made, yo. We'll be made.
Dude, that's it, man. You're about to give her 500,000 cc's of your equity inside.
Let's go, Barb. If you're listening, I'll take you down. I'll take
Let's
you
make
down,
a deal.
Barb.
Let's make a
I'll
deal,
toss you
Barb.
around like a Little Caesar's pizza. Let's go, Barb.
Yeah. Dude, my hall pass used to always be Betty White back when she was here. I was like, think about it. I was like, 2 years. That's all I need. 2 years of cuddling, snuggling, making some snickerdoodles, and giving her that hard bone so hard that she breaks a hip.
And then I'll hit
And
her
then
with the pillow.
that sends her right to hospice, dude.
You ever seen The Sopranos?
No, I need to. I've just seen
Dude,
so
you
much
gotta
like,
watch
clips of
The
it.
Sopranos. You gotta watch it, dude. But the reason I was bringing that up is because there's a scene where like Paulie goes to like steal from the old folks' home that his mom lives in.
Yeah,
And, like
yeah.
one of her neighbors like catches him stealing, and he fucking hits her with a pillow. He's like, "Ah!" Yeah, that's out right quick, bro.
Dude, that would be if that relationship with me and Betty White lasted more than 2 years. So she'd be like, "Why are you shopping for memory foam pillows?" I'm like, this one's thick enough. Yeah.
Take her ass out. She died right before 100, yo. Shout out Betty White.
Dude, shout out Betty White, man. R.I.P. to that silver fox.
Shout out.
Oh,
You know
man.
Jason Mraz was gay?
Dude, of course. You see the music he was making?
Yeah, but did you know that? I read that this morning.
I had
My
no
mind was
idea.
blown.
I had no idea, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he talked about having gay, like, sex in his past or whatever.
Wait, really?
I was like,
'Cause-
what? Jason Mraz, yeah.
No, he
Everybody
made
that my
Fedora's
mom's likes
cool.
is gay. That's
Yeah.
outrageous. She loved Ricky Martin when we were growing up, and now Jason Mraz. This is
Dude, there's
outrageous.
a correlation, dude. That's what it is.
This is outrageous.
I think about the guy that I hope mom ends up remarrying, and I can't wait to bully him. Like I have fantasies of me, you, and Josh in the same room with mom's new boy, whoever he might be in the future, and us just picking on him the entire time because he's gonna be smaller than us too. And,
He
like,
is
just
not
making
going to be
fun-
smaller than us. You know who she's into.
Dude, I yeah, I do
Did
know
you
what
ever
she's
tell you
into.
who
actually.
she's into, dude? One time, dude, we were chilling with her, me and mom and Josh and Mary, and she was like, "Yeah, I think that the next husband I'm going to be with is definitely a black man. I've always been into black men my entire life." I was like, "Why are you sharing this with me? Why?
We don't-
Why are you telling me with?
We don't
so
need
you
to
wish,
know this.
you wish you be able to bully him, yo? He would fucking beat your ass, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna I was like, "What? This doesn't need to be shared." Like, what?
dude, that's the thing. He's gonna be showing up with mom. That's my new white bitch, Chrissy.
yeah. I'm like, no.
Or he's gonna he's gonna be like, my name's Tyrone, and I lick a factory over in West Philadelphia.
It's terrible. Yeah, she told us that. And I was like, why? Why do you have to say that to us? Yeah.
Does that mean we get to be biracial though? That'd be cool. I want to be invited. I want to be invited to the out.
Yo, psych. Yeah.
Dude, bringing cornbread, brother, to the family cookout.
Family cook. I thought you said the family freak off. I was about to say, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Free Diddy, yo. Free Diddy.
I'm good. It's not eyes wide shut. No.
That's what Kanye said.
Yeah.
You said free
Oh,
Diddy.
shoot, dude. Nothing. Were you gonna say something?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. That was all I
Oh.
had on the docket.
I was about to say. I was like, we're at an hour 10. Right? We're hitting our time.
Let's go.
Dude, that was really good. That flowed super well too.
Yeah, we didn't have any awkward pauses or nothing. Let's
No, but we had some awkward conversations. If Aaron Rodgers listens, if you're listening, please shoot me a DM, Aaron. I'd love to have you on the pod so we can talk about what you did to me.
It's gonna take
I
you
know,
down.
I know that was you that made me do that.
I'm not saying shit to Josh, yo. I'll wait for him to bring that. I was defenseless, bro. I was just trying to get away. I was defenseless, bro. I was trying so hard in that dream, bro.
Yeah, check came in a little light this week.
There was nothing I
Gotta
could
pay
do.
up.
And the funniest thing is, I was saying I don't remember much of my dream, so it was like I literally just have a snippet of me trying to get away, like trying to get away. That's all I remember about that dream.
Oh man.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh man. Oh. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in this week to the podcast. This is another episode of Going for Broke. Yeah, glad you guys are here. Thanks for supporting us. Remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
let's go.